What's up, you guys? I'm Dan. This is Frugal Not Cheap, and today we'll talk about saving big money on glasses. So last year I was talking to somebody and they told me that, they'd kind of bitten the bullet and gone out and gotten a pair of glasses, and they said they spent like $200, but they were really happy with them. I was really taken aback because I've never spent anywhere near that kind of money on glasses, and so I told him where I got mine. More recently, a fellow was admiring my glasses and how lightweight they are, and I told him how much I'd pay for them, and he was absolutely shocked. Shocked in a good way. It's much lower than he would have expected. So the reason for this is that there's basically a monopoly out there on eyeglasses that nobody knows about. And it seems that there's also a solution that nobody knows about as well. So we'll look at both of those in today's video. So what's this big unknown monopoly? Well, it's Luxottica Group. It's an Italian conglomerate that owns a bunch of different brands in the space, including a lot of the big chains that you'll know about here in the US. It's a lot like how General Mills, Kellogg's, PepsiCo, and Post basically own, all of the cereals that you see on the shelf. So it looks like you have a huge amount of variety and different, a lot of competition, and all these different choices, but really you've only got four major brands that are competing. When we look at glasses, well, Luxottica owns LensCrafters, but they also own Pearl Vision, which you might have thought is a competitor. They also own Target Optical, and even glasses.com. So again, there's this kind of illusion of competition because you have these different brands that you interact with, but in reality, they're owned by the same conglomerate. Luxottica even owns some manufacturers such as Ray-Ban, Oakley, and Persol. What this all means essentially is that they can have huge markups against the cost of goods sold. Back in 2019, LA Times columnist David Lazarus ran a story about all of this in which he interviewed LensCrafters founder E. Dean Butler, who told us that basically you can get designer quality frames for $15 and you can get top quality lenses for just $1.25 a piece. So we're looking at about $17, $18 there. But of course he says these sell for as much as $800, which is ridiculous and an absolute ripoff. So here we are 5 years later, and it seems like a lot of people don't know about this. One of those reasons, of course, might be insurance. If it's covered by your vision insurance, then you don't really have to think about the cost. Another reason might be that people might just not be aware that there are some alternatives which are basically direct-to-consumer companies. So a while back, there was a huge wave of VC-funded direct-to-consumer companies. It was kind of a fad. Many of the companies failed, but many of the companies also made it. One of the ones that I used that ended up failing later was Smile Direct Club. So rather than going through my dentist and getting Invisalign, which is the name brand at a very high cost, I went out and got aligners from Smile Direct Club, and they improved my smile, and I'm really, really happy with how everything came out. They recently had to file for bankruptcy, but I got an email from I don't know how they're related, but another company called Dr. Direct Retainers. And apparently they have all my information on file from Smile Direct Club, so I can get retainers that will perfectly fit me from them. And it looks like they plan to also offer some aligners in the future. This basically the braces type program using these invisible aligners. So I don't know how good they'll be, but my experience with Smile Direct Club was good. Now going back to eyeglasses, this isn't all that new. Zenni was actually founded all the way back in 2003. They had a website that was $19eyeglasses.com at the time. Maybe not quite as catchy. I don't know. It's a good name in some ways, but it's also a bit long and unwieldy. And then also it's a little bit cumbersome if you have to change pricing. So Zenni Optical seems a little bit better. And then just a couple years later, in 2005, you had Eyebuydirect, which was founded, and it's actually an Austin, Texas-based company. So just a little bit of a drive from here. But again, this is direct to consumer, so there is no driving. Just have to have your prescription, also know your pupillary distance, and with those two items, then you can go online and order your glasses, and they're shipped directly to you. In fact, I just ordered a pair of half rim titanium flex glasses for just under $25. And the pair I'm wearing was $16.85, including shipping. Whenever I mention this, some people talk about how they might not be able to get the prescription, or they have progressive lenses or whatever. Well, I just got this from Zenni. I'm not an expert on glasses by any means, but what they tell us here is that they can accommodate a wide range of prescriptions, and that if you have astigmatism, the range might be lower, but as you can see, they do offer progressive lenses and bifocals. I have bought from both Zenni Optical and Eyebuydirect, and by the way, there are other options out there, like there's Warby Parker as well. And I was very happy with both Eyebuydirect and Zenni, but for some reason, maybe it's just the styles that they offer, or I don't know what it is, but I tend to prefer Zenni myself. Did you know about these options? Are there any other direct-to-consumer options out there that people should know about? Let us know in the comments below. Hope you found today's video helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.